Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today I'm excited to announce that I have finally got a good working copy of my new version 2 of my Ultimate EA. Okay, and I know in the previous video I had done, it looked great, and it really was what I wanted to do. And unfortunately, after doing about a 2-year back test, I found that it would have that one trade that would just hang open your account for months at a time and could possibly blow your account, okay, with this huge, like, 8,000, 9,000 point drawdown. So that was not what I was intending to do, and that is not what type of work that I want to deliver to you. So I went back to the drawing board and just tested dozens and dozens and dozens of different indicators and strategies and whatnot, algorithms, trying to crack that code and come up with the best possible EA that I could. I know that there will never be anything perfect, but I want to strive to have something that is close to perfect as possible, okay? And that's going to give you profit over a long period of time, not just a couple months, all right, and then blow your account, all right? That's how I think probably the majority of EAs on the market now operate, because there's a lot of hype around certain EAs, and you'll see them being promoted, okay, for maybe 6 months, and all of a sudden they just disappear off the market. So I want something this is going to be a long-term strategy for you that you can have for years to come, okay? So I want to talk a little bit about the basics of this. I do not have the final working copy, but this when I do have the final copy, I will make an announcement in my Facebook group, but it will not have any take profit or stop loss, okay? Now, I might add a hidden stop loss in there. I don't know, or I can do that upon request if you want. But what this has is a trailing stop, okay? And the trailing stop is only activated when the trade goes into profit, all right? And it's set to 100 points, all right, with a 50-point step. This will means that you get at least 100 points of profit every trade, okay? And I designed this EA to only place 2 trades per week, all right? This way, it will give you a consistent amount of pips. So if you have 100 pips or points per trade, and you do 2 trades a week, that's 200, all right? 200 pips or points. That may not sound like a lot, but if you have this loaded on, say, 10 or even a dozen different currency pairs, all right, that's a lot of pips in 1 week, all right, from week to week. And some weeks you may not have no trades placed at all, all right? So just keep that in mind. So I do recommend loading this on a variety of different currency pairs, so that way you have a consistent amount of trades being placed. But when you're first starting out with this, I would not load probably more than 5 or 6 different currency pairs just to play it safe, okay? And also, just like any other strategy or EA or indicator, please test this on demo. You can run this on any time frame. I designed this to work on a 1-hour chart, which is the default chart, default time frame for the MetaTrader platform. So basically, you can just turn on MetaTrader and load this and get it going, right? Now, for lot size, you will have the option of being able to choose your own lot size, or you can have it automatically adjust with your account balance, okay? I will explain that in a subsequent video, but I just want to kind of like give you a basic idea of what this is going to entail. You will not be able to change the maximum number of open trades, all right? It is by default set to 1. Place 1 trade at a time, all right? This is for your safety of your account, so you don't have too many trades open at once, all right? And if you want more trades open, simply open some more currency pairs, all right? Now, with having a 100 pip, 100 point take profit, if you will, It's really a stop loss, but it's a trailing stop. It acts the same as a take profit, right? But with 100-point win per trade, that will give you enough room, enough margin where you could have a spread on a certain currency pair of like 15 or 20 points and still make some profit. Now, I do recommend the lowest possible spread that you can get. So if your spread on the currency pair is more than 20, I would probably find another broker or see if I can find currency pairs that have, a low spread. All right. I'm using Trader's Way in this example here in this demo, and I'm using Euro USD because of two reasons: it has the lowest spread, and number two, it has given people the most grief and most difficulty in trading my version 1 of my EA for the past several months. And I've been listening to people's complaints and gripes, and I see that a lot of times when it's trending, you can have a trade that's hung open for weeks, even months at a time. So I want to avoid having trades open for a long period of time. All right. Now, before I go, I want to show you all the trades, the past history. I run a 2-year back test, and I'm using, if you look right here, it says 99.9%. This is the accuracy of the data that I'm using, okay? I downloaded some data from Tick Data. I forgot the name of the company, but I downloaded Tick Data. It's 99.9% accurate. It's had very, very good results. So I know this data is pretty close to accurate. Now, I'm going to show you some things that are not accurate. This profit here shows about over $16,000 in profit, but it started out with $10,000 account balance, okay, using a standard 1.00 lot size. Now, this means I had about, a little over $6,000 in actual profit over a 2-year period, all right? So that's just one currency pair, all right? So if you had 10 currency pairs, for example, that would be 6,000 times 10. That would be $60,000 in profit. But this would actually be more because, and I'm going to show you why. If I go to the report here, this is showing. Here it says 99% accuracy, right? But drawdown is 18%, which is accurate. All right, that's pretty good drawdown. Probably could be a little better, but I think that's a pretty good amount of drawdown for a 2-year back test, right? All right, now it says here there are 36 positions won, 25 lost. Okay, and 40, yeah. Those long positions, oh, sorry here, 41 total positions won and 25 total lost. Okay, now this should not have any losses really, because the way the trailing stop works is it will go into profit and it will close with at least 100 pips, 100 points. So I don't know exactly how this test data works. I don't want to believe all this test data, okay, but I do believe that the drawdown is pretty accurate, and the number of trades and some of this data is pretty accurate. Now, exactly how these trades work, like this one here was placed to sell and it was closed a little bit lower. It should not have happened, okay? So I'm not exactly sure how this strategy tester that's building MetaTrader works as far as opening and closing. But like I said, it should not have any losses, okay? And with the trailing stop, you will have the ability to choose your settings, okay? You can fine tune your settings to maximize your profit, right? I just have the basic bare minimum settings that you can actually just load right out of the box and set up the EA by default and just let it go. All right, but if you want to increase your profit, the amount of pips you get, you could tweak the settings for the trailing stop and to get more profits. But keep in mind that if you do increase the trailing stop, you might potentially have a trade open for weeks at a time. All right. So with that said, this is the consistent growth that you will encounter, and I'm going to show you all the trades that were placed in the past 2 years. All right. This is from the end of August 2018 all the way to the beginning of September 2016. All right. Now starting and going backwards, we see a trade here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We see a trade here that was open and closed the same day. This one was open for about a day or so, and this is on a 1 hour chart. So the majority of these trades, I'm going to tell you, they're going to open and close the same day. Some will be open for a whole week, some open for a few days. This one here closed in like next hour. This one here opened and closed like 2 or 3 days later. This one opened and closed the same day. This one opened and closed the same day. This one was held open for a few days. This one was open for a day. 1 day. 1 day. And like I said, you might have a period of a week or two where you don't have any trades at all. All right. But at least you're not having to worry about a trade being hung open in a serious drawdown, which has been the major fear of most people using my software. Okay. Now this trade here was open and closed. This is a break even. Looks like a break even. It should be more, I would think, but like I said, I'm not sure how this modeling data quality is. I don't totally trust this strategy tester, but this trade lasted a day or two. This one here, small win. It's open for a couple days. This one here is open for a day. This is open for a day. These two trades back to back are open for a day each. This one's for a day. This one here was open for a few days. Looks like this trade should open for about a day, maybe 2 days. All right. And all right, now here's one that was open for quite a while. Let's see how long. So from 26th of October until, move this down a little bit. What is this? 14th of November. So that's about 2 weeks. I think about maybe about a 2 week period where this trade was open, and the drawdown from this point here will show the drawdown, how many pips it is. Let's see here. If we come down here, we see that there was about 1,800, maybe 1,900 pip drawdown. All right, 1,900 pips for points. This version of MetaTrader, pip and a point are the same thing, the 5th decimal place. So that is your biggest drawdown, I believe. And if we go here, this one was open for a few days. This one's open for a day, couple days. Like I said, the drawdown is really not that bad. Most of these trades, you have a small drawdown. This one here was open for a few days. And let's check the drawdown on this one here, for example. There we go here. So about 1,000 points. Yeah, it's about 1,000 points for a drawdown. That's not too bad. As long as you use a good money management strategy, which, by the way, I forgot to mention, this will have a default setting of a 0.01 lot size for every $500. Okay, that way you're safe with your account, and you can modify this however you want. But with the I chose that as the default because that's what I've always been recommending, and you can adjust that as you want. But at least this will give you a consistent amount of pips and profit. This one's open for a few days. The drawdown's not too bad there. This one's open for a day. We're getting closer to the beginning here. It's open for a day. Most of these is, as you can tell, open for a day, and you usually have about 2 trades per week. Okay, sometimes only 1 trade per week. It's open for a day. Most of these open and close very quickly. Okay, just scrolling along here. And this open for a day. Pretty much all of these open for 1 day, maybe 2 days. Okay, so this was the beginning of September, and like I said, this histogram, you will receive this as part of the package, okay, along with the ultimate signal indicator, which was used in the first version anyways. You should already have this indicator if you have purchased the first version from me. All right, so anyhow, this is how it works in a nutshell. As long as this 20 period is above, it will place buy trades only, and as long as the 20 period is below, it will place sell trades. Now, if you look here, it placed a sell trade, right? But the 20 period was actually below at that point in time. And then here, the super signal or ultimate signal came in below, but it placed a buy trade even though, because the 20 period was above at that point in time. Same thing here, the 20 period was above, so it placed a buy trade. All right, even though the ultimate signal here is actually below. All right, so the moving average is pretty much the determinant, all right, if you will. So I'm not going to go through all this again, but that is in a nutshell how this works. And I'm going to go ahead and package this together into one self-installer so that you can just download the software and then install it and create a template. I'll make a template for you so that you can just load it on every currency pair. All right, and or you can make your own template. I'll show you how to do that as well. And I'm going to make a subsequent video showing you step by step how to install this and how to use it and set everything up. Okay, but I just want to get this video out to you real quick just to show you exactly what I've been working on, what my final outcome is, and this is what I'm sticking with now. I probably most likely will create another version in the future if I can come out with something that will trade more frequently. But the problem is I don't want too many trades placed at once, because then you can get stuck with 1 or 2 that's hung open for a long period of time, and that I'm trying to avoid. Okay, so this right here is a pretty solid EA. Okay, and if you have any questions, there's a link below in the description of this video for my private Facebook. Please feel free to reach out to me and ask me any questions you might have. I might be a little slow responding because I'm busy working finalizing this, and also I'll probably have tons of people message me anyways, but it's okay. Just I will get back to you as quickly as possible. Okay, thank you and have a wonderful day.